Hey there, gold makers. This is Reckles with WTBGold, and today is the first day of patch 6.0 on live servers, so I'm bringing you a special little farming guide for you, how to get the Bronze Whelpling, how to farm it up the best way possible. So, we are out in Blasted Lands, Hellfire, where you poured in. So, the first thing I did was farm these scouts. If you have the quest open, the Subversive Scouts quest line, you've got these Ironmarch Scouts. Well, they insta-spawn, but Blizzard hotfixed that pretty quickly after about, anyway, at about midnight, Blizzard hotfixed that. So, that sucks. So, we are going over to the mines. And so you go around Nethergarde Keep. Poor Nethergarde Keep, it got invaded. Womp womp. So we're going to fly over here, over all the baddies, and into the mine right here. Nethergarde Mines. And we are just going to have a ball. There's pretty much the biggest concentration of enemies you've seen outside of a raid, and they have pretty much zero health. As you can see, these guys have 19k, 20k. I think the strongest enemy in here, the earth elementals, have like 33k health. Even if you are in, a freshly geared or freshly leveled 90 power leveled boosted toon, you're in 384 or 484 gear, and you should have 65k health and be doing enough damage to 4-shot, 3-shot these, and you should be surviving no problem. Just do a little bit smaller pulls than I'm doing, because honestly I'm pretty geared. I'm in this is my raiding toon, not my farming toons, so I'm doing alright with these. So, here we go. We're at the start. You saw how I got here. This is the start of my runs. Now, rule of YouTube is to, if you're showing a guide, always show the guide where you loot the thing. This is one of my first runs. I didn't have the route perfected yet, but it's an easy route. You start at the beginning, you pull a whole bunch of guys, and you just run through this little side minecart track, and just go in every little corner. There's between 4 and 7 guys in every little nook and cranny. And in total, in this area, there are 150 mobs to kill. Now, you could do a smaller lap than I'm doing, but the problem with that is that if you do a smaller lap, they aren't going to be respawned in time. And the main goal is that you want to have a 5-minute loop. There's my full bags. And there's the Whelpling I looted. Huzzah! There's 10k. So, the bodies respawn. Mobs in WoW, once you kill them, it takes them 5 minutes before they respawn. So, with these laps, you want to do at least a 5-minute lap. You want to have as dense of a mob. You want to have a lap that has as high density mobs in it as possible in as close to 5 minutes as possible. And so this route is a 7-minute lap with 150 mobs in it, which is pretty good. And all of the mobs, as far as I know, have a chance of dropping the Whelpling. Or not the Whelpling, the time-locked box. Because that's what we're actually farming for, the time-locked box. So if you get the time-locked box, don't throw it away, because that is actually your gold maker. You have to learn the time-locked box, and then set that, put the Whelpling in a cage, and then you can sell it. Right now they're going for, on average, on most servers, according to the underminejournal.com, about 10k. Some of the higher pop servers, they're going for about 5k, and on some of the really low pop servers, a little bit more than that. My server, the auction house prices are about 15k right now, so my server's a little a little higher priced. I'm just quoting on this guide the Undermine Journal kind of median prices, because that's what I think is fair for you guys, the WoW community. That's why I like the median prices. But I just happen to be getting a little bit more gold than most of you guys. Haha. Alright, back to the guide. They are a rare spawn. They're not quite as rare as some of the other whelplings that have dropped, according to the couple hours that I spent mining in here. I farmed up 4 of them over the course of about 2 hours, and I killed about 2,000 mobs in that 2 hours. So it comes out to about a 1 in 500 drop chance if my results are accurate. It's not, I mean, I don't have a huge sample data size, but, you know, that's just the numbers I can give you right now. So if 1 in 500 sounds pretty reasonable, I've killed a bunch of mobs, and that sounds like a pretty good number that Blizzard would give for this whelpling. So with this killing, with this route, you could expect to get about 1 whelpling every 30 minutes if you do 7-minute, 8-minute laps. But don't expect to get 1 whelpling every 30 minutes. You might get one, like I didn't get 1 for an hour, and then I got 2 in 2 consecutive laps. So just hang in there. You'll get it. Just keep grinding it out. I mean, if you're going for a single item that costs 10k, you better expect to put in an hour or two's worth, put in a couple hours worth of work on it. Don't just go in there for 5 minutes and expect to get lucky. Then you're just playing the lotto. But if you do put in a couple hours worth of work, you're gonna get a lot of gold out of this place, okay? Alright, that's all for me for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, share this with your friends on Twitter or Facebook or any of those things, and watch any of my other videos if you want to learn how to make some gold. And remember that the key to making gold in WoW is just to search, craft, post every day.